Hi, I'm Liz. Welcome to the Isle of Smile, home of the Mubbles. I'm going to show you how to make these amazing speech bubble magnets that look like this. And a couple of clouds of joy thrown in, just for fun. To make these, you will need some air drying clay or just some modelling clay, some magnetic strip. This stuff is self-adhesive and comes in a roll, which you can easily cut. You can get this in most sort of hobby shops or craft shops. If you've got tools for the modelling clay, absolutely brilliant, use those. I'm using a pair of scissors as well. Be really careful with scissors. And you might need a little bit of extra glue. One more thing, something to write your messages with. So I'm using a permanent marker, okay? Always make sure you've got something on your table if you're using a permanent marker. And actually it's probably a good idea to put a piece of paper down as well. And also something to roll with. I'm just going to use a big pen. That helps. Okay, got that? You'll see, I'm all about using whatever you've got to hand. So if you don't have like the specialist equipment or you don't have like special tools for clay, don't worry about that. Use whatever you've got. I'm just going to put this piece of paper down. So if you're doing it on the table, if you've got like, you can use a plate or something as well. You take your piece of clay, and I'm using the sort of clay that has already got colour in it. But if you've just got air drying clay, that's absolutely fine. Right, what we want to do is roll it, make it nice and soft. If you've got like a little rolling pin, brilliant. I'm just going to use this pen because it's nice and smooth. Like that. We just need to make it, it's got to be thick enough that you can draw on it. So you don't want to make it too thin. So let's just roll it out a little bit more. Okay, that's about the right size. Let's just peel that off. A little bit of it stuck to the, just rub that away. That's better. Okay, so we've got our, that's why it's quite good doing it on a plate because then it doesn't stick. So we've got our nice shape there. Now I'm just going to show you one of these again. Can you see we've got that shape there? I've done quite a lot of experimenting and it's quite difficult to attach that piece. It's probably easier to do with air drying clay, but I'm going to actually use a pair of scissors to cut that kind of shape. If you're going to do that, be really careful with scissors and be really careful you don't snip your fingers. So we want to make like a speech bubble shape. And we've got a nice shape there, so we don't need to touch that. So all I'm going to do is cut around like that, and then I'm just going to cut a little piece there. See, this clay is quite good for cutting, and then there we are. We've got a nice shape there, and then I'm just going to finish that off, and we can just shape that so it looks more like a speech bubble. Smoothing it around, so that, there we are, and that's it basically. You just take those bits there and you can use those to make maybe a smaller one or put it back with the other, your other clay. Don't waste a thing. That's your speech bubble. Once you've done that, leave your clay to dry completely. Get an adult to help you if you need to do anything else with the clay. So I'm going to put that to one side. Here we go. Here are two that are all finished. They're all fully dry and they're ready to write my little slogans on. I don't know if you can see, but I've very carefully, I've just penciled what I want to say on them. And if you do make a mistake, don't worry about it. But if you don't want to make it, you can just pencil it in and then make sure that you can use a rubber to take the pencil off afterwards. Or if you do make a mistake, you can just paint over it. Right, I'm going to get my pen. This one, hold it carefully. And we just want to draw a line, a bit like you would on a comic book, all the way around. I'm being a bit picky about this. That's one. Let's do the other one. Let's finish that off. Okay, got our 2 speech bubbles drawn around the outside. Now I'm going to write something on the inside. And I have actually just penciled out what I want to write so I can follow the line. And make sure I don't spell anything wrong, because I do that all the time. Don't forget to be fabulous. Now, that's one. And this one I'm going to write important stuff. Written my slogans. Leave that to dry now. Don't try and stick stuff on there. Don't turn it over until it's nice and dry. These are some little clouds that I made. Clouds of Joy, they're from the Mubbles book. But I'm going to show you how to stick magnetic strip. So you need your scissors again. Turn it over. Take your strip and just measure roughly how much you want. So if you just go to about there, and then I'm going to cut that. Now this stuff has got special tape on it. It is actually self-adhesive, so it will stick it on. I'm not going to lie, this is quite old, this stuff. So if you need a bit of extra glue, you can stick it down like that. There we go. You might need a little bit at the bottom too, especially if it's quite heavy. Cut another little strip at the bottom. You can see how that's peeling back up again. So if you want to, you can just take a little bit of glue just to make sure it really sticks, and then just put it on there like that. Really stick it down, that's better. And just leave that. Put something heavy on it, but leave it to stick. Whoops, it keeps pinging back up. So just leave it to stick. You can see here are the ones that I've done before. Right. Put a bit more on there. So that's your magnetic strip. There you have it. That's how to make your own comic speech bubbles fridge magnets. And you can add a little Cloud of Joy magnet in there as well. Super simple, super quick, and lots of fun to do. So go on, if you do make them, do send us your pictures. We'd love to see them. Very importantly, don't forget to be fabulous. Bye.